Ladies and gentlemen.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Jets. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run it here with Gordon. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Gordon. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. It's caught by Mark Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
But there is a certainty in this game. We know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there, and look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete, but they're going to count on him to uncover latent routes and make some difficult catches.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the... outside of the playoff picture looking in, so a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Jackson now to throw again. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 19. You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week. But the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
That is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Hayden Hurst, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Gets fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Now a first down carry by Bell. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. 20! And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Watch the run. Lady. Mark 54. Hey, exit.
Darnold now to throw. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it with Bell. Tackle made there by Chris Wormley.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line. Right inside. 54, right there. 54 Mike. Hey, watch the slap, watch the slap. Watch that.
Throwing on 2nd down. Darnold. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Darnold from the gun. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 13-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Second and 5 now. Darnold. That's going to be caught by Crowder. It's a Jets touchdown. Jamison Crowder, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Being chased out left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Jackson throwing on target to Brown, and he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. Ingram's got the first down and more. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram with touchdown number 7 on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Man, 80. 10.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Darnold. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for him, too.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last for
a long time.
No doubt.
The open man is Smith. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
Get ready.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Jalen Ferguson came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now it's Darnold. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
To throw is Darnold. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Jackson now, 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Jackson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Jackson now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
Crunch time, defense.
Go, go. 57's mic.
From the gun, Jackson. Snead's got it. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken very short. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Darnold now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Now Bell. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Darnold. Open man is Anderson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Jackson. And he's got Snead. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Got to give a lot of credit to the defensive front there. They held their ground, pretty much stoned them on that play, and ended up creating a lost yardage play.
Yeah, drop them from the 1 back to the 2. 1 man in the backfield. That's Ingram on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Right there, 54 miles.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Jackson from the shotgun. Steps away. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Willie Snead. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Tucker with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off.
And Darnold, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks.
And the pressure gets to him again. A well-executed safety blitz by Tony Jefferson leads to the sack.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for New York. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. The Ravens on 3rd down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing is Jackson. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. First target, first catch, and a first down. Jackson now, 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10. This is Gordon. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
On 2nd down, this is Cameron. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the 2nd half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Now Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time.
Here's Gordon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
It's a pickup of 3.
54 Mike, 54 Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54.
Another toad for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On second down, Ingram. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. Now it's Jackson. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Jordan Willis in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Tucker's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tony Jefferson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Darnold now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
He's got Smith here. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Looking to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Back to throw. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. Avery Williamson there to make the stop. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working.